Hi, I'm Aiden Bird, and I'm 18.
My name is Jack Boys. I'm 18 years old.
I'm Michael Delarosa, and I'm 18 years old.
My name is Jeremy Kwan, and I'm 18 years old. Physical traits: strength,
Strong, brave, able to protect,
Superman,
heroic.
Vin Diesel, like all the big movie stars are usually like muscular and have abs and all of that.
Control your emotions.
Closed off.
Don't talk about their feelings.
Gets his way.
Concentrate on being the best.
I think I've received the most compliments as a man, or that I'm a good man, when I'm true to myself. Being able to support everyone, being able to care for people, showing emotion. I think that's when I receive the most compliments. I think that I've learned that being honest, being confident, and just being who I am makes me the man that I think is a good man.
I think what makes a good man is rooted in kindness. A good tenet of what makes a good man is how he treats those around him and how he treats himself. I think being able to be vulnerable and show your emotions in a healthy, positive way is a type of strength that men often don't get taught about. What makes a good man, and also just a good person at their core, is this level of love and acceptance and understanding that they can not only show themselves, but show the rest of the world and their friends and their wife or their husband and their kids. And then ultimately, if they can pass on that goodness to future generations, I think is something that's really, really strong and really important. Because I think if you're a good man, you can make good men.
It's really weird to talk about it, but like memes. You see a bunch of things nowadays where it's like, I guess jokes where it's like, society always expects men to not talk about their feelings, and there's like so many memes about like masculinity not being what it used to be depicted as, and they're all jokes, and it's really funny to watch. But it's true, it's like you don't need to, I guess, adhere to like what people said like 30-40 years ago.
A good example of in my life of someone who's taught me to be a good man, I'm probably going to cry while saying this, which might show you that I was raised to be a good man. But definitely my dad.
My dad?
My dad was like the first one. Like he's got a pretty cool story. He grew up in his dad left when he was 2. He grew up with a mom who was pretty poor, like the ghettos of Louisiana. He always played basketball growing up, so he was really good at it. He loved doing it, and like he worked really hard at basketball, and so he had a scholarship. Then he tore his ACL in spring training, so he lost his scholarship. That was around the time of the Persian Gulf War, so when my dad was 18 and 19, he was serving in the army over in the Middle East as a military policeman transporting prisoners of war so he could go to college.
My dad grew up in the Philippines and like had a really hard life growing up in like the streets of Manila, which is the capital. So I guess he had to develop his own like a sense of masculinity. He's a more, I guess, softer person than like what the traditional masculine image would be. He cries. Like I know he talks to my mom about like how he's feeling emotionally. Like whenever I left for college, my mom told me like my dad wasn't taking it very well. That's, I guess, contrary to what you would normally think of a man doing. Like just like, oh, my son's leaving off to college, I feel really sad, but I'm just not going to talk about it.
I think he's shown me so much about what it means to be a good man. It's something that he worries about a lot, being a good man and a good dad. And so I try to show him that as much as I can. So I think my dad, for sure, is an excellent example of what a good man should be.
Rather than the male figures in my life, I think my mother and past relationships have taught me the most about what it means to be a man. Being able to know, as a man, what can I do that a woman cannot? Which isn't much, but I think that there was a lot of influence by society saying that men have to do certain things. They have to protect the women. They have to be there for the women all the time. And I realized that's not the case, especially with my mom teaching me what I can be, not necessarily a better man, but a better person.
I think we're at a point in our society where we're kind of reckoning with the idea of what it means to be a man. You don't have to be this big, strong, larger-than-life person. I've always had, at least in my eyes, a fairly difficult relationship with masculinity, and a lot of it has to do with my appearance. So I grew up really skinny. I was never athletic. I was never good at hiding my emotions or being kind of the tough macho kid. I think I put on a mask around a lot of people, and I tried to be this person I was not for a lot of my life. I remember like looking in the mirror and hating how I looked and wishing I was, you know, bigger and stronger, and because I felt like that would make me feel more like a man. There became a point where I just realized I'm miserable trying to put on this facade of something that I think I should be, but know very deep down that I'm not. Once I was able to shed myself of those kind of stereotypes, I found myself living a much happier life.
I'm an arts major, like I'm a drama major, and like that usually really wouldn't pan out that well in like the male society. Like, you know, the idea of like what a man should do, like being a drama major is kind of not really high on the list of those things.
I'd always thought that like physical, prowess is one of the manly things. And that's why, from like freshman year on, I focused on developing like my body and like my strength and all that. And then I realized like later on, it's like, as long as I'm confident with who I am, it really doesn't matter what other people think.
Have confidence in yourself.
Be confident in yourself, and like don't let what other people say or what society says determine what you're interested in, what you want to do, and like what you, mold yourself to be. Because I feel like I felt a victim to that a little bit.
Value what you know and what you love, and don't be afraid to express that, even if people are telling you it's stupid or bad or whatever.
If you worry about what others think, you'll be pissed off, because everyone thinks differently. So if you just worry about what you think about yourself and how you see yourself, you'll be okay.
Have the confidence to know what you love and love that as hard as you can, because that's what makes you happy.
Don't focus too hard on trying to become a man. Rather, focus on being who you are and let that define what a man is. Don't fall into the mold of what society thinks a man is, but rather be yourself and let that be the definition of what a man is.
But